Hello and welcome. This is our weekly program, Talk to Addis, and I'm Gamichisa Mendida bringing the program to you. Today we'll be talking about Early Childhood Development Program or Initiative, and especially we'll be focusing on the visit paid by African leaders and representatives from different organizations and institutions in the continent. And for this, we are joined by Lidet Muleta, who is an advisor to Strategic Programs Management Office at the Mayor's Office in Addis Ababa. Welcome to our program again, and stay with us. Lidet, welcome to our program, and thank you very much for coming to our place to have this interview with me.
Thank you, Gamichisa. It's really nice to be here again. I appreciate you having me here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me begin with what we mean by Early Childhood Development Program or Initiative, which has been implemented for the last 3 years in Addis Ababa by the Mayor's Office.
Early childhood development focuses on children under 6 years old. And prior to this program being implemented by the Mayor, early childhood development was only provided in Addis Ababa privately. So the public did not have early childhood development program, which is focusing on teaching kids, providing them environment that is child-friendly, giving them resources and the knowledge that they need to thrive earlier on. Early childhood development is very important because kids develop, for instance, the brain develops by the time a kid is 3 years old, about 80 to 90% of the brain development takes place already. So this is a very important time where children's exposure to this world, to their environment, really is important for their future. It works on their ability to thrive in the society, cognitively develop, emotionally and socially to be able to strive as adulthood. So it's a very long-term implications that early childhood development has. And this program was initiated in 2021. It's making significant progress.
Leaders, most of them, I think, mayors, and also representatives from different organizations in the African continent have paid a visit. And especially their focus was to see the progress, as you mentioned now. So what does it demonstrate?
Yes, there were delegates, mayors from different African cities, ministers from different African cities, other organizations from around the world. Many sectors were involved. This was a leadership exchange meeting or conference. And it was meant to showcase what Addis Ababa has done in regards to ECD so far, and sort of share the information, implementation process, how it was done, what the challenges were, how much progress has been implemented so far, and it was a learning experience for those that were coming here to Addis Ababa to learn and gain knowledge from Addis Ababa administration's experience. So it was a great get-together where we were able to showcase, but at the same time also gain knowledge from others who attended the conference.
Tell us these best practices and experiences, please.
Sure. Addis Ababa has transformed several key initiatives around ECD. For instance, since the program started, daycares, public daycares were built by the city, whether it's daycares that are built within office spaces for workplace daycares. So visits happened where people got to see how the daycares were built and how they are functioning, consulting from different organizations, partners, that supported these daycares. So the standards of these daycares are internationally international standards. It's with international standards. So, having appropriate equipment such as toys and books and reading materials and schedule of how to care for children during those early ages was showcased. So people got to see the firsthand how the Addis Ababa administration is tackling and implementing this early childhood development.
To what level do you think this early child development program will impact, policies, programs that are likely, to change children's and their families' lives for the better?
Yeah, I think this is going to have a huge impact on policies because this ultimately a big project that has the people in mind. It touches not only children, but it also affects mothers and fathers and the family and the society. And this is something that the people, the residents of Addis, will advocate for. And the results will be seen because the city is becoming more friendly to children. The motto of this whole program is to make Addis Ababa the best African city to raise children. So it is focused on the family. It's focused on the future generation. It's building children to become better citizens. It gives them the opportunity to have a better start. And this also focuses on the vulnerable population because the ones that could afford it, they can access these type of early childhood development programs by paying. But this is being provided to those who are very vulnerable, who cannot afford it. And those kids are going to have the same start as everyone who can afford to pay for this program. So it covers a significant portion of our population, and it also helps mothers and households who cannot afford the services to have their children have a good start from the beginning. And policy-wise, it's very important to cover children in your policy. They are the future generation. If you have well-rounded children, then you will have well-rounded adults who are going to be responsible for their country and who are going to be able to provide for themselves, for their family, and contribute positively to their country. So it's investing in the future. So the policy will, this type of events and these type of programs will shape the policies to support these type of programs. And the Addis Ababa administration has focused on this, not only focused, but also allocated enough budget to support this, and also to make sure that these programs are going as they should. It has the direct supervision of the mayor and has the support backing of the mayor, and hence why this project is moving as fast and as forward as it is. So the policy, the commitment, the leadership, all in one helps move this project the way it is. So this is definitely helpful.
Yeah, Lidit, your explanation makes me think of one question, which is the Ethiopian government in the last decades has been, attempting to deal with malnutrition, providing children with their needs, etc. What's new here? I mean, in previous years, the Ethiopian government has been putting efforts into dealing with, this issue, providing, just the people with their primary needs, such as food, health, etc. But at this particular time, ever since this program has been initiated and implemented, what is new?
Well, what is new? One thing that comes to mind is also this program, the Early Childhood Development Program, has been taken on as a legacy goal by the mayor of Addis Ababa. So a legacy goal is basically something that the mayor wants to be known for in implementing during her leadership. So when you choose a legacy goal, something that you would like to be remembered by during your leadership, you also take on ownership and responsibility and commitment and leadership. And so it has special focus. During this visit of the leadership exchange, you got to see how the mayor also is committed, and she she made sure that she was able to show that her commitment to this program by showcasing how much commitment she is putting in it. So it makes it different from other programs. For one, it's a selected legacy goal by the mayor. The other is that this is a focus on children, and it doesn't stop by just doing one activity. It involves multiple sectors. It involves several years. It involves the education bureaus. It involves the health bureau, the women and children's bureau. So it's several sectors are involved, and it's a collaborative effort of multiple bureaus and sectors. So that's another difference, is that it involves multiple sectors. And then another thing is that it's works on many years. It's not just focused on kids at a certain age, but it's a bracket, 0 to 6 years old. So it's intensified time during that time that you want to provide these services in order to get the ultimate best results on the children. So it's focused on that per se. In other nutritional or other programs, this might be an ongoing program, but in this, it focuses specifically on 0 to 6 years old.
To what level do you think it impacts raising funds, mobilizing funds, resources, for the program, Early Child Development Program?
So the Early Childhood Development Program in Addis, like I mentioned before, has the commitment of the mayor, the leadership, and the allocation of the budget from the Addis Ababa administration, but it also has partners and collaborators, international organizations that have helped support this program to get to this position. And this leadership exchange also further motivates not only the Addis Ababa administration but other African countries to do the same, but it also helps mobilize for Addis Ababa ECD to get more support from international organizations, local organizations, for the public here in Addis to get involved, whether it's contributing to building daycares, or whether it's to donating items, or even just getting the information of how to properly care for our children. So this is a huge platform. It's received great media coverage, and it is reaching the public, the Addis Ababa residents, as well as the nation. As you know, whenever there is a program in Addis Ababa that has started, its success will also help initiate other other regions to start these programs. And this ECD program will be initiated by other regions. So we are pleased that the success in Addis will be trickling down to the other regions, and therefore ECD program will be nationwide.
You believe that it will allow these international donors or rich organizations to get into this by investing proper amount of money?
Donor organizations, international organizations want to make sure that the money that they're investing is being utilized properly. It's bringing change. It's affecting positively the people that they are contributing the money to. To see success stories on programs that other international organizations have contributed to helps other organizations join the program. So absolutely, international organizations want to be part of programs, projects that are that have the commitment of leaders, the commitment of residents, cities, bureaus, and so forth. They want to see that their investment is paying off and that it's actually making a change. So I believe ECD program is showcasing that, and I'm pretty sure that it will garner further support and the expansion will continue.
Yeah. Some leaders have told me that they take, lessons from this particular visit, and that they'll be able to adapt what they have seen here to advance their capacities to give more power to what they do. How do you explain this?
Absolutely. I think the leadership exchange for African leaders is one of the comments that I've heard them make, is that it's wonderful that they're learning from an African city because we have a lot in common. We can utilize some of our resources the same way. When the ECD program started, Addis Ababa administration took knowledge and learning from South Africa, from Brazil, and they brought that knowledge and started this program. And now other African leaders are coming to Addis and seeing what has been implemented and taking lessons from that. And what makes this, it makes it more relatable for them, because Addis Ababa is a growing city. We share some of the challenges that other African cities share. We have some, a majority of our natural resources are also the same, weather and so forth. We have a lot in common. So they feel like if Addis Ababa can do it, then we can do it. How did they bypass these challenges? How did they manage to get this much allocated for this program? What is the leadership doing? What is the commitment level? How did they implement it? So they were able to get all this from the ECD program here at Addis, and it motivates them when they see that they can do something from something very small. For instance, in areas where children lacked playground areas, we have the Sunday road closed areas where certain roads are closed on Sundays so that children can play. And now they have added play areas where certain things for kids appropriate toys or plays or books are displayed in a public space area, so kids can benefit from them until you have enough playgrounds in the city. So that's something that anyone can implement in their city without having a lot of investment. So they learned from small things like, coloring wood and making it visible for little kids so that they can jump on different wood steps and keep their motor skills up and so forth. So they got to learn small things that they can do without huge investments while they are building on the bigger things that would need investment. So it's definitely a great exchange for those who are going to begin this project in their cities.
Do you think the leaders' visit will enhance cooperation and partnership in ECD?
Yes, absolutely. I think, collaboration and partnerships, it already creates this. So now we have already existing networks and it increases our network. And then further, everyone comes with different knowledges and experiences and networks, and collaborating and having this type of engagement based on early childhood development can only increase our capacity, both for those who are in Addis Ababa and those who are visiting. So definitely this will further increase and provide more support and collaboration, partnership for early childhood.
What should leaders do for collaboration in ECD?
Leaders, first of all, need to have the commitment. For instance, with the ECD program here in Addis Ababa, like I mentioned before, the mayor has made this her legacy goal. So she has committed to this program's success. And that's also was what some of the testimonies that the leaders from Africa gave, is how much committed the mayor was to this program, as they witnessed visiting the facilities and the programs throughout the city. So the commitment from leaders is very much important. So the early childhood development program was at its commitment level, where they committed to start this project. Now it's been started and it's been implemented, and then the next step is to expand it. So the goal of the city administration is to reach 330,000 households, about 1.3 million vulnerable children by 2026. So it's a huge commitment, and and it requires close supervision, close monitoring, providing support, allocating budget for it in order for it to continue to expand the way the mayor has set the goal for it. And I think leaders, African leaders, will and have already seen and learned that they require that type of commitment, like the Addis Ababa administration or the mayor has made in regards to this project. I think it also has its dividends, because this amount of commitment will definitely shape and transform the future generation, which in turn is always a return for any administration.
From this initiative, the leaders have asserted, they learn, they draw lessons, which mean a lot to them. And I would like to ask you how this might mean to the rest of Ethiopians, like regional states, cities out of Addis Ababa. Don't you think that it will have to be implemented in the rest of Ethiopia, not limited in Addis Ababa?
Early Childhood Development Program also has a center that it has established. It's called African Center of Excellence for ECD. And this center is it's already established and has started working, getting baseline studies done for regional states to start the ECD program. So it's already underway, and even though Addis Ababa is ahead, there are national programs that's being underway, and they have been part of the leadership exchange as well. And I'm pretty sure in a few years they will be in the implementation, and in a short time actually will be in the implementation phase, where they will have ECD programs.
Ludit, thank you very much for the excellent interview you have given us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gamachis, for having me.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Viewers, you've been watching our weekly program, Talk to Addis, and our program ends right here. Next time we'll come up with a new edition. Until then, goodbye.